We're back, y'all. What the hell are you?
He's just staring at us, isn't it? Oh.
Doom Zone. Activate the Doom Zone. Not only will the number of charge gates increase, and will also become more difficult.
Yep.
I didn't find this the first time I played. Oh, it makes it all red.
Yes, it puts it back into sort of endgame mode.
Interesting.
Radical highway rises again, lads.
You cannot stop it. There's always a lighthouse. There's always a highway.
So, Rich, I take it the remaining Gerald's diary entries will be flying around specifically in the red area, right?
I suspect they must be, yes.
Alright, let me go get some rings, and we'll go find these things, and then it's dramatic reading time. It's in pretty rough shape. What's that bird supposed to do? Maybe it's for emotional support? There's only so many springs and gears listed. I'm growing concerned.
They're not getting it, are they?
The vibe is horrendous right now, but what you gotta do?
Yeah, sometimes you just have to make do with what's here.
More art that I can't really discern right now. Oh, hey, Big.
You okay with this, guy?
That professor guy sure is smart. He actually knows a lot about fish and all sorts of life forms. He seems sad, though, like he has a lot on his mind. I invited him to go fishing so he could relax for a bit.
Oh, that's adorable.
Well, Maria is so very nice. We've never met, but she acted like we've always been best friends. I told her all about Froggy and all the fish I caught. She had so many questions about where I'm from and where I've been. I hope I can take her fishing one day.
No.
That big thing in the sky sure is spooky. But I've seen you and Sonic running around, working really hard to save everybody.
Aww.
I'll stay out of your way and let you finish what you're doing.
Good luck.
Froggy, where are you, good buddy? It's about time to go home. Yeah, I'm just about to step out.
Froggy's fucked off again. I don't blame him.
Let us go to the stage list. Go to Devil Doom.
Oh, it was just over there.
What is over there, Rich?
If you start looking towards the ground and just sort of work your way around Devil Doom, and you should see it floating about somewhere, because I did clock it.
Well, we can go for a fly.
That's what we have this power for.
Aha!
Damn, it's even harder to see with this lighting right here.
Oh god, it's all the way up there.
You might be able to get it if you platform your way up in this section.
Yes. Where'd it go? Come on.
Oh, you're gonna need to be a bit higher, aren't you?
Don't worry, I can fix this.
Just hopefully it doesn't reset it when you do that.
It didn't! It's there!
Huzzah!
Yes! Now we just have one more, I believe.
Yep, and it's just there! It's there!
Now, how many did that hit?
I think it hit all of them.
I saw the green drop, but where it dropped? Oh, there it is. Thank
It's
God.
still going.
God bless.
Huzzah!
And that should be all of them. So let's go read the Journal of a Madman. Just check that we've got all of them. We do.
We do indeed.
Alright, so here we go. Alright, zoom in. Yeah, here we go. Commander, your request for tangible evidence of the Ark incident 50 years ago produced very little results. Your predecessor was quite thorough in erasing the cover-up operation. However, Professor Gerald Robotics' personal diary managed to survive. Ironically, we have Dr. Eggman to thank for finding it at all. This journal was recovered during the investigation of Dr. Eggman's stronghold, following the latest incident with the Ark. Unfortunately, time and tragedy have not been kind to the journal. What you're holding now is all that remains of the original book. I'm afraid there is no way of recovering the missing pages, nor can I restore the damaged or redacted elements. It's a pity, as I would have very much liked to have greater insight into Gerald and Maria's lives too. Regards, T.
T there is Abraham Tower, as you see. He's the guy with the heterochromia, the gun commander.
Hey, is that Gerald's brothers?
I think so.
Let's see. It's only giving me the option to read one of those. See if I can zoom in a little bit.
Yeah, work your way through his messy handwriting.
I take great pride in my research and discoveries. Few men are labelled a genius in their own time, but nothing compares to my pride in my boys. The and the. They both graduated summa cum laude. Oh, they're Gerald's sons. In record time, no less. They'll have their doctorates in no time. It seems my passions for archaeology and robotics are split between them. But I guess that's what makes them chips off the old block. Ho ho. I cannot wait to see what boons they bring to the world. So I guess the one that went to robotics is Eggman's dad.
Would have been, yeah.
I can't believe how much time has passed. It feels like yesterday I was celebrating my boys becoming men, and now I'm a grandfather. Her name is blank, and she is perfect in every way. She brings a smile to everyone's face, and everyone falls in love with her the moment they lay eyes on her. If nothing else, she is my legacy. Everything I do from this day forward, I do for her.
Aww.
Irony. Alright. I deciphered the engravings on an ancient ring I found on a previous dig in the redacted jungle. I guess that's Mystic Ruins.
Yeah, it's got the picture of Angel Island there, hasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And calculated the location of a fabled flying paradise. I went alone to verify my foundings and was rewarded with the spectacle of an angelic island. The land was vast, lush, and hosted a number of biomes in close proximity to each other. I believe I could see an entire floating city at one point. Most majestic of all was a shrine devoted to what appeared to be a massive redacted. Could this be the legendary redacted? I dared not approach or overstay my welcome. As much as I wanted to explore every inch of the island, I felt it was a sacred land. Just setting foot on its soil felt taboo. I don't know if any civilization remains. The land is vast and my stay was brief, but the majesty of that emerald and shrine will stay with me for the rest of my life.
He didn't get into a punch up with Knuckles, it's fine.
Thank God for that, because Gerald, I'm sorry, you are not winning that one. Alright, I am about to embark on the most ambitious project of my life. The Earth's first orbital space colony will be the ninth wonder of the world. It will be a place of science, researching all manner of ways to improve our home below. Seeing as it is a vessel meant to preserve life amid the harshness of space, I have christened it the Ark. Does Christianity exist in the Sonic universe?
Must do.
I've seen enough Sonic religious fan art that it having some basis doesn't actually take me out of it too much.
Jesus the Christ. It shall be a vessel of life, made of peace to the next generation, and while most of the megastructure will be hidden within the base planetoid, I may have gone a little self-indulgent in the design. Ho ho. The only real concern is the source of the funding. While the United Federation supports us, most of the financing is coming from Redacted. I have no illusions about what they'll want, but I'm building the Ark to preserve life, not end it. While I have my concerns, I am a genius, so I'm sure I'll figure something out when the time comes. I'm guessing that's the predecessor to, like, Gun.
And just to throw it out there, we know that Christianity, or at least something similar to it, exists in the Sonic universe, because in Shadow the Hedgehog, they make multiple references to hell.
True, yeah. Life and work aboard the Ark has been exciting and good and for ill. As a positive, we've acquired one of the legendary Redacted for our research. They're said to hold ultimate power, and preliminary tests suggest some effect on space-time bending reality to one's will. Imagine the possibilities. Sadly, Redacted is doing just that, but in all the wrong ways. Their desire for weapons research has become increasingly overt and decreasingly polite. I used my clout to get a direct line for the president to ask for him to intervene. He said he would, but then asked me for something equally obscene. He wants me to discover a means to immortality. I aim to improve life, not pervert it. Everything gives way to entropy. The concept is laughable, as intangible as a shadow. I refused him outright. In retrospect, perhaps I could have been more diplomatic about it. I find myself on edge. Political pressures aside, I'm told Redacted is sick with no clear diagnosis. I wish I could look into it myself, but I'm needed aboard the Ark. Hopefully this will pass and she'll recover soon. She is too precious to be left to suffer.
I like how his handwriting is getting a bit more messier as his mental state's starting to go down. Like, he's clearly stressed here and just writing it in anger.
The all-powerful Redacted. The Redacted held the power to bind soul. The Redacted destroyed the entire... It's fun. I have uncovered a most interesting specimen from the warehouse. It was first recovered by my son, Redacted, who became quite the archaeologist. I believe it to be some sort of puppet or robot made by an ancient people. At first I didn't think anything of it, but when I was experimenting on the Redacted, it began to move. This suggests the possibility that even the ancient civilizations could harness the power of the Redacted. When I was researching the various papers related to the Redacted and this robot, I discovered that there was a possibility that this robot was something incredible. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but this robot may be the cause of the destruction of the fourth great civilization. I'm not sure I believe it just yet, though. I am no longer able to ignore the possibility that in fact destroyed the fourth... I have discovered a stone tablet. According to the tablet, falls from the heavens and is joined. All that exists, though it is different to been watching my movements. I am amazed by my realms and... Yeah, that page, we're probably not going to be reading that anytime soon.
No, that's seen better days.
So they're talking about the Gizoids there. It has been a trying time, to say the least. Redacted, I guess Maria, was diagnosed with Neuroimmune Deficiency Syndrome, NIDS for short. There is no cure, yet. I pulled some strings and had her brought aboard the Ark for treatment and assessment. The low-gravity environment should help her keep her symptoms manageable. Her family has been less than enthusiastic with my decision. Despite everything, she remains the most positive person in the room. Most of the staff have left their families back on Earth, so I worried she'd feel lonely. Instead, she's become the adoptive daughter of every researcher on the Ark. Moreover, she's become like a big sister to little Abraham. That's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
The Ark's happy little accident over the past few years. Haha, you weren't wanted or expected.
Christ.
The president keeps prompting me with his quest to unlock the mysteries of life. Perhaps with his funding and clout, I can find a way to cure Maria while chasing that shadow. Oh, Gerald. Redacted has dropped all pretense and is demanding weapons research in exchange for continual funding. I promised the president I'd begin work on Project Shadow, but even he can't get them to back down. It appears I have a gun to my head on the matter. Ho ho. Years ago, I discovered records of an ancient god of destruction called Chaos. It was said to command the fury and force of the ocean, or something to that effect. Yeah, we weren't really sure what Chaos's elemental power really was. I've begun developing a basic AI-driven apparatus that can generate cohesion in water and produce controlled shapes for basic actions, the Chaos experiments. I've told the top brass these can turn any body of water into an autonomous weapon. Deep down, I'm hoping it can be used as easily deployed search and rescue units. Imagine a flood turned back on itself for aid to those in the rubble. It's interesting, I'll give you that. Research into Project Shadow is in full swing. The first step has been learning how to siphon emerald energy and apply it to living tissue. To that end, I've developed the Chaos Drives. Direct application seems too harsh. Any organism that could directly interface with an emerald would be fearsome indeed. That goes into that. The initial tests were promising, so we're now moving on to the next stage in trials. I will be using salamanders for their regenerative abilities and manageable size. We will begin applying chaos drives to the test subject and see how its vitals respond. And to keep from breathing down my neck, I'm supplying them with chaos drives as batteries for their mechanized division. Hence why the gun robots in SA2 had chaos drives.
Yeah.
I loathe powering engines of war, but sacrifices have to be made if I'm to save Maria. I'll figure something out in the long run. I am a genius after all. Look at baby bio lizard!
That is cute, yeah.
Project Shadow has reached an impasse. The subject exhibits an accelerated cellular growth, to the point it cannot support its own biological systems. I've developed an external life support system to compensate, but it will need to be upgraded and redesigned as the subject continues to grow. The way it thrashes and roars, it seems to be in pain, that's crossed out, is uncontrollable. Furthermore, it is generating unexplained reactions. Is this an expression of the power? Can a living thing produce such energy? Can it be controlled? There are far too many questions, and unfortunately, the answers lie in this bio-lizard's life. I will keep it alive and as comfortable as I can until I have the answers I need. I found a region in the Ark that should be able to safely house it while we continue our experiments. I'm not sure what I will tell Redacted. I do not want to lie to her, but I think the truth is too cruel.
She'll find out, yeah.
That would be a big-ass room. Is growing into a lovely young woman. It breaks my heart that someone as bright and energetic as her is diminished by disease. There are no visible effects, and I've caught my fellow researchers muttering to each other, doubting her illness. It is infuriating. I find all my restraint vanish when she's agitated. And yet, she remains an unending font of positivity, even on her worst days when the fear and the pain take hold. She tells me she endures for the day when she can return home. She has total faith in me and that Project Shadow will cure her. Her family back on Earth has no such faith. It has been so long. Some of the researchers actually think she was born here. There was some kind of, confusion as to whether Maria had ever been on Earth in the first place, and people think it was a retcon.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that, but whatever. Her family either wants her better or wants her home. I can do neither. Somehow, their scorn is harsher than the government or the military's increasing pressure for more weapons research.
Oh, it's because this one's personal, isn't it?
You didn't really do a good job obscuring that dude's silhouette.
Who's that Pokemon?
Oh my god, who's that Pokemon? It's Black Doom! Promise time. Promise time. Desperate times call for desperate measures, and I am a desperate man. The Black Comet returned to Earth on its 50-year orbit. I had no idea it actually harbored. Aboard it was Redacted. Somehow he knew about the Redacted and seemed impressed with my work. He offered me Faustian deal. I accepted. Using his DNA, I was able to overcome every hurdle Project Shadow had put before me. The small, sturdy biped I developed can perfectly interact with energy. Wanted me to craft a herald for his future invasion. Wants Project Shadow to generate undying soldiers for them. I'll play them both for now. I don't know about that one, Gerald. When I launched Project Shadow, initially I named it with scorn and mockery. I was trying to grab hold of an intangible goal. Later, it sounded appropriately villainous as I was toying with the fundamentals of life itself. But then, looked upon the unfinished specimen and put things into a whole new perspective. A shadow tells you which way to go to find the light. In an instant, she cut through all my pessimism and doubt and filled me with hope. As she's come to call him, will not be some dark creature, but a champion of life and hope. I would not have seen that if not for Maria. She is truly a remarkable person who would do great and wondrous things for the world. A little bit of water.
Yeah.
Oh boy. I now understand why this being was named Gizoid. In the ancient tongue, it means everything. According to the stone tablet, just as it predicted, if the Gizoid establishes a link with someone, the Gizoid will swear loyalty to that person. Perhaps it still lacks energy. but it has been saying the word link to me in broken tones. It went on to explain, "Show me your true strength and I will obey. I am all things and all things shall belong to me." So, as it suggested, I brought before it my collection of model guns and fired them all. Then, suddenly, it said, "I shall follow your every command and never leave your side." And since then, it refuses to listen to anyone but me. While it still is a fearsome weapon of destruction, while it remains under my control at least, it won't be used for evil. However, if someone with evil intentions ever forms a link with the Gizoid, I don't even want to think about what will happen. I must research how one can re-establish a link with the Gizoid. So, Sonic Battle.
Yeah, basically.
The upper echelon is going crazy. Perhaps they aim to freeze Project Shadow. Soon, the ultimate lifeform will be completed. The application for my granddaughter is also imminent. I cannot just let them stop my study at this point, because I'm the only one who can save my granddaughter's life. Oh boy. Oh, that seems familiar. The higher-ups are threatening to shut down this research facility. I had no choice but to hand them the Gizoid to buy some time for my research. I tried to be careful and commanded it to never absorb any dangerous technologies. However, I have heard that other researchers have been making the Gizoid absorb weapons. Apparently, the way to cause the Gizoid to form a new link is to show it power that surpasses that of its former master. While this poses immense danger, I cannot risk losing. No. The top brass still aren't satisfied. The Gizoid isn't big enough or flashy enough for them. Fine, I've developed a weapon I'm calling the Eclipse Cannon. That one was pretty obvious. It taps directly into the Ark's central reactor to produce an unethical degree of firepower. They'll love it. To use it on any target on Earth would destroy the world. They'll never be able to fire it. Checkmate. It will, however, be the perfect tool to deal with them when they return. Eclipse means shadow. This is canon. My gift to him in a battle he never asked for. I'm so sorry. This is how you make Shadow's shoes.
Oh, it is a drawing by Maria. That's really cool.
Doesn't know the full scope of what has been designed for, but she understands he will be under tremendous strain. She has helped me conceptualize a number of accessories that will help focus his power and aid in his mobility. Oh, interesting. The time switchers. I'm also researching Chaos Control to see if I can gain an understanding of it before Shadow awakens. The power to stop time and space is incredible, and I don't want him to have to try to learn its intricacies on his own. Shoo. Deep down, I know this program is superficial, tangential at best. The larger issues, the president, my family, I've gleaned there's a rift growing between my sons. My love for them shouldn't be a divisive issue. I want to see Eggman's other cousin come back in a future game.
There's a lot here that they could expand on if they wanted to, and I would like to see more of that.
It has been a whirlwind of events as of late. Project Shadow is complete, and Shadow has awakened. I pre-programmed a great deal of data into his mind, but his ability to parse it out and apply it to his situation is remarkable. All of his vitals are strong, and there seems to be no sign of instability or mutation. He stands in stark contrast to the monster we have sealed below decks.
I like how all the smudges on the page basically make it canon that Gerald was left-handed.
Hey, there's that thing you were talking about.
That's a different version of it, but yeah, it's that kind of thing. There was a promo art they put out that was more cartoony of Maria and Shadow in class.
Yeah, that's from Sonic Channel, I believe. But all successors of the physical and mental prowess comes second to his relationship to Maria. I had hoped they'd get along, but it's far better than that. She is his guide to the world, and he is her stalwart companion. Never have I seen such instant mutual friendship and trust between two beings. I am truly moved. They remind me why I have been working so hard. They bring me hope. Back on Earth, something have been blessed with another little girl. Oh, so yeah, did mention she has a little sister. They're already something, and she has none of the genetic markers linked to the NIDS condition. While this was welcome news, the unspoken asymmetry was received loud and clear. I must save Maria. I must get my family back. Shadow, you are the key to it all. Getting smudgy now.
He's losing it, yeah.
My worst fears have come true. The Gizoid has absorbed enough weaponry and technology that it is starting to go out of control. The resulting rampage resulted in the destruction of most of the Ark. I have deciphered the rest of the stone tablet. It says, when the Gizoid had learned all that it could, it became a god of wrath, and all was destroyed. The researchers somehow managed to subdue the Gizoid and have sealed it away. It only had one installed. If it would have all 7 Chaos Emeralds, I guess, installed, it might destroy the whole planet. The Gizoid is too much of a liability. I tried destroying it, but nothing I did worked. I understand too little of the technology that built him. My best hope is to try and reprogram AI into a free-willed, emotions-based AI. What is that? Gemel? Emil? I honestly don't know enough about Battle to comment. I've lost track of the days. Not very scientific of me. I'm strained. Something has to give. The Gizoid's rampage caused the artificial chaos to have... to regain network control by interpreting the polarity of the instead. They become violent, raced across the Ark, pacifying them quite expertly. Oh god.
That's the level.
But the damage is done, and SOS went to automatically. I dread the litigious reprimand I have to endure next. Oh my god.
Getting sued is the least of your worries right now, Gerald.
Okay, I'll just read this. A heritage of the past I dug out, Gizoid, and the ultimate lifeform I created by my own hand, Shadow. I equipped both weapons with a heart. If all powers are not what is to be obtained for oneself, but what is to be born from hearts that yearn for someone, I believe all conflict should cease to exist. Please, if there is anyone listening to my prayers, bring hope to humanity. I don't quite know what happened or what went wrong. Was it a mistake to create the ultimate life form? I thought there would be something that would benefit mankind, but when the military's guards landed on the colony that day, they were sent to destroy the research project I had been working on. My colleagues at the research facility, my granddaughter Maria, I hope you are all safe. The colony was completely shut down, probably to keep the prototype from falling into the wrong hands. The Ark was shut down under the premise that there had been an accident. I found Maria's name among those who died when the Ark was shut down. She meant everything to me, and I couldn't bear the thought that she died because of my research. I lost everything. I had nothing more to live for. I went insane. All I could think about was to avenge her, somehow, some way. I got scared as I could no longer able to control my thoughts. All I could think about was that I wanted it to end. Based on my original projections, I was able to complete my project, Shadow. I designed its mind to be perfect, pure. I will leave everything to him. If you wish, release and awaken it to the world. If you wish to fill the world with destruction. Property of the Eggman Empire.
I am glad that the final entry was word for word how it was in SA2, because it just adds that extra layer to it, letting us see how he got there.
Alright folks, so that's it for Shadow Generations and for Sonic playthroughs in 2024 in general. Thank you all so much for sticking with us this year. Let us know what Sonic games you want to see in the new year, because Lord knows we need some ideas. See you then.